I can always do better.
Blitz, I'm giving you this because I care very deeply for you.
Can I get a fucking minute to think after everything you put me through, you pompous, rich asshole?
Blitz, I think so very highly of you. I didn't realize you think so low of me. Goodbye, Blitz.
Stolas, wait!
Well, this episode was one hell of an episode, and indeed one dramatic end. Yes, indeedy, today, fellow minds, we are analyzing what exactly happened to Blitz and Stolas. Why did they act the way they did, and who was more justified in the end with their actions? So, fellow minds, do sit back and be in comfort even as we dive into this hellish, demonic relationship here in mine mind. Alright, the opening scenes of this episode starts with an adorable little musical piece switching back and forth from Stolas to Blitz, singing about the night that they're going to spend together and them getting ready, with Stolas preparing the Asmodean crystal and preparing himself for whatever Blitz will be choosing, the crystal being for Blitz to end their arrangement and let him choose to stay with Stolas on his own accord. While Blitz shops for more extravagant toys, as he is expecting a night of usual
Passionate fornication.
However, what is most unfortunate is that, as much as both of them prepared with great effort, Blitz procuring quality goods from Fizz himself, and Stolas preparing himself emotionally and acquiring the Asmodean crystal from Asmodeus for Blitz, it comes, unfortunately, crumbling down when they actually meet up later, as they were preparing for two really different events. But back to topic. I don't have much to say about this opening song. It's basically a summary recap of their relationship and views towards each other. The only shock to me was realizing Blitz actually had healed feet. His feet are literally actually heels, apparently. And about the B-plot. With the cherubs and the dorks collabing and all the implications about that deserves its own video, really, so stay tuned. Now, what actually interests me is the dialogue between Stolas and Blitz itself towards the end. So when they actually finally meet, we have to keep in mind that they are not meeting on the same terms. Both are actually, as hinted quite clearly in the opening song, expecting a very different thing this evening. And in truth, it was both their faults for not communicating what they actually expected or planned this evening to be. Well, honestly mostly Stolas, as he is in the know and could have prevented all the awkward and annoying misunderstanding by just telling Blitz his actual intention. Now I understand if Stolas did not want to frighten Blitz off, but he could have done it perhaps in a very subtle yet obvious, effective way that would have at least primed Blitz's mind for the reveal. Yeah, you should have just told him about what exactly you're conversing before you met up. So when I was actually watching the scene, until the part where Stolas hands the crystal, I was honestly very nervous that it would be the typical trope of they're misunderstanding each other and Stolas was going to give the crystal, but Blitz interprets things differently and that ends up not getting the crystal. But no, luckily no. Stolas was able to convey and purvey the crystal to Blitz, but something else messed up instead. As this, understandably, comes as a great shock to Blitz, because all this time Stolas has always been, well...
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to feel your slimy inside of my...
I want to choke on that red of yours. Your and lick all of your before taking out your...
And so, from Blitz's perspective, this is way out of character from Stolas, precisely why he thought it was some weird role play. Now, Stolas interprets this as Blitz giving him an answer, which doesn't make sense to me because, given the context, Blitz never expected this nor had any real hint to expect this.
Wait, what? You were serious? Oh, hold on now, Stolas. What?
So, treating him throughout the whole way as though he should have known and should have not guess that it was just role play is sheer utter entitlement to me, quite frankly. Don't get me wrong, I love Stolas, but this is just mistaken reasoning. All the time your relationships has just been sex. You have made that very clear, and now you don't even give Blitz any leniency about misinterpreting your actions. You have never given him any hints that you wanted something much more serious, much more romantic. It's always have been very sexual. Blitz actually states the very solution that could have avoided this.
Can I get a fucking minute to think after?
Yes, exactly. If Stolas could have firstly primed Blitz clearly on what they were doing tonight, all this would have been avoided. Or at least been minimized or some sort. And Stolas could have been more understanding that this must come as a shock to Blitz and not interpret Blitz's misunderstanding as him not having feelings for him at all. I would imagine it would go along the lines of Stolas texting Blitz that there will be no need for sex tonight, but he does, however, have a very important gift to give him. That would have probably worked, and if not, he could just go to Blitz himself and give the crystal and explain everything. Then yes, I would imagine him letting Blitz think about this shocking reveal and then properly discussing their future relationship, like what he said earlier in this episode. I think that would have amended and prevented a lot of the drama that happened. The only fault I find in Blitz are the unnecessary social commentary insults he threw at Stolas during the end, which was just way out of topic, but of course due to, the built-up anger that he was having for how, entitled Stolas is that he should have known. But anyway, that's just a little thought here in my mind. What about you, fellow minds? What do you think about how they acted in this episode? Do freely comment below, and may our minds meet again soon. You are all always welcome here in mine mind.